Move your chin up and down. Maybe roll the head around in some circles. See what you're noticing about your body as you settle in for your practice today. And then see if you can, for a few rounds of breath, just close your eyes. And again, notice where you're touching the floor, the support of what you're sitting on. Notice if you're rounding your back at all, if you can lift your chest ever so slightly. Feel the weight of your hands resting on your lap. And begin to be aware of your breath. You might feel the flow of the air at the tip of your nose. And then you can gently blink your eyes open, take a moment to focus. And then we'll move the arms, so you can let your arms come out to the side and up toward the ceiling. And as you exhale, lower your arms down and lower your eyes down. Do that again. Inhale your arms up. There's a lengthening feeling on the in-breath. And then exhale your arms and your eyes down. Inhale your arms up. Exhale your arms down. So we start to get this idea of coordinating our movement with our breathing. So once more, inhale your arms up. And exhale down. And then inhale, interlace your fingers together in front of your chest. Lift your chest. Exhale, let your hands go up. It's fine if your elbows are bent a little bit. Inhale, lengthen up a little bit more, and on your exhale, belly in as you sway gently to one side. Inhale, back up. Exhale, swaying gently to one side. Inhale, back up, release your hands, and exhale them down by your sides. And then bring your hands up in front again, and notice which way you fold your fingers. So when I cross my hands, I typically put my right index finger on top. We're just going to stack them up the weird way, and then take an inhale. And then exhale your hands up to the sky. Good for your brain. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, sway to one side. Inhale, center, lift. Exhale, sway to one side. Inhale, center, lift. Release your hands again. Bring them down by your sides. And some circles for your shoulders. Then you can stretch your legs out. Take a moment to move your ankles and your toes around. We're going to come on to hands and knees for the next part. So you can maybe use one of those blankets or some padding under your knees if you like. It's really helpful to take care of the joints. So pad your knees if you like. Come on to all fours. So tabletop position here. We're going to put the hands underneath the shoulders and the hips over the knees. So as you inhale, lift your chest. On the exhale, round the back a little, fold back so that the elbows touch down and your head bows down toward the floor. And then inhale up to tabletop and lift your chest. Exhale back, rounding back. Inhale up to tabletop. Exhale back, belly draws in. When you rise up on the next inhale, lift your right leg. So pick up your right leg, stretch it back behind you, point the toes down, lift the chest up. And then exhale down and fold back, pulling in the belly. Lift the right leg again, inhale. And then exhale down and fold back. Next time we're going to hold the leg up there. So come up, lift your right leg again. Hold it up and make some ankle circles. And then if you bend the knee of that leg, we're going to make some hip circles. So let that knee make some circles, keeping both arms steady and grounded. So go one direction with your circles and then go the other way a couple of times. See what range of movement feels good in that right hip. And then see if you can lift it out to the side and hold it. This is called fire hydrant pose. So if you can lift that knee, kind of pulse it a little bit. Maybe not. And then exhale, put that knee down, fold back. What does that right side feel like now? Inhale to tabletop. Lift the chest. Exhale, belly in as you fold back. As you lift on the in-breath, lift your left leg. And the toes point down and the chest lifts up. Breathe out through the nose as you fold back on the exhale. Pull the belly in. Elbows touch. Inhale, left leg lifts again. Exhale down, fold back, elbows touch down, head bows down. Maybe your forehead even touches. Inhale, lift, and we'll hold this one. Circling again the ankle both ways. And then bending the knee, and we'll move the left hip. So keeping both arms nice and steady. Try not to let your head drop down. Lift your chest and go the other way with your circles. And then again, you might try the fire hydrant pose. So you could just lift your leg out to the side and hold it, or you could kind of pulse the knee up and down. And then put your knee down and fold back on the exhale. So waking up your hips and your glutes. Inhale up to all fours. Exhale back to child's pose. And then when you inhale up to all fours this time, take a moment to spread your fingers a little wider, and we're going to push up to downward facing dog. So tuck your toes under, push up to dog pose. Pushing down into the earth, pushing your hands down, so that as the hands go down, the side body, the hips lengthen up. So maybe starting with a bend in the knees. So you just think about your spine getting longer. Then maybe you straighten your legs one at a time. Maybe you straighten both legs. It's not so important that the heels touch the floor. Pedal out your legs. Feeling a little work in your arms. And then please inhale your knees down to the floor. I'm going to do a little sequence with these movements. So exhale back, child's pose. Let your elbows touch and your hips bow back. Inhale up to tabletop, a little lift of the chest, even the eyes. And then tuck the toes under and exhale, push slowly up to dog pose. Inhale back down to your knees, lifting the chest. Exhale back to child's pose. Inhale, rising up to tabletop, lift the chest, and then tuck the toes. Exhale, slow pushing up to downward dog. We're going to do it 2 more times, so inhale, lower the knees down. Exhale, back to child's pose, elbows touch, bowing the head. Inhale, up to tabletop, tucking the toes under. Exhale, push up to dog pose. Inhale to your knees. 1 more time, exhaling back to child's pose. Inhale, rising up to tabletop, and then downward dog, exhale. So this time, maybe you like holding downward dog again. Maybe you come down to your knees and you rest in child's pose. You could put your hands underneath your forehead, or maybe if you had a little block, you could put your block under your forehead. You can sway, or downward dog is fine if you're holding down dog. And then from wherever you are, come to your hands and knees. So if you're in downward dog, come down. And if you went to child's pose, come up. And we're going to come up and stand on our knees. So again, padding under the knees can be helpful. If you can tuck your toes under here, you can do that. And we'll do this movement. So we're going to, on the inhale, lift the arms forward and up over the head, and lift the chest and the eyes. Exhale, hands down, belly in, eyes down. Inhale up. Exhale down, pulling in the navel. And we're moving with the breath. Slow, smooth movement, slow, smooth breath. Inhale, reach. Exhale down. Next time we're going to add a little twist in the upper body. So inhale and lift. And on the exhale, bend both elbows and turn to one side. Turn your chest, turn your head. On the inhale, straighten the arms, lift them back up to the center. When you exhale, turn the other way. So pull your belly in, turn your chest, turn your eyes. Inhale, center, and lift. Exhale your arms all the way down. We'll repeat that sequence again. Inhale your arms all the way up. Exhale, cactus arms and turn. Turn your eyes a little bit. You can turn your head even. Inhale, center. Pull your belly in as you exhale, turn. Inhale, center. Exhale, lower your arms all the way down. Do that sequence one more time. Inhale, up, slowly reaching. Pull the belly in as you exhale, turn. Turning the shoulders, turning the head. Inhale, center, and lift. Exhale, turn the other way, belly in. Moving with your breath. Inhale back up, and then exhale your arms down. We're going to repeat the arms up and down 3 more times. So one option would be to take the arms forward, or another option is to lift them out to the side and up. Exhale down. So you see which one is good for you, either forward or out to the side. Exhale down. The last one, see if you can breathe a little slower. Inhale. And down on the exhale. And then come back down to your hands. You can either do child's pose. So we want some movement to stretch out the low back here, so you could rest in child's pose, or downward dog. So you can spread your fingers, push up to dog pose. And bending the knees here may be helpful. Breathing deeply. And then come to hands and knees. So if you're in child's pose, come up. If you're in down dog, put your knees down. And for the next movement, I'm going to show you quickly how we're going to set ourselves up, and then I'll give you a variation. So we're going to be standing on the knees with one leg out to the side like this. So if you have knee problems and you can't stand on your knees, especially on one knee, you can do this whole sequence that we're going to do with your feet wide, and you would be standing on your feet. We're going to do some side bends. So it's fine if you have your feet like this, but if you can come to hands and knees, you can start on all fours, and please take your right leg out to the side. Good, and then exhale, round your back, and make sure that your left hip is over your knee. That leg is straight up and down, and then walk your hands into your body and see how it feels to stand up on that left knee. If you want to tuck the toes of the left foot under, some people find that helpful to balance. This foot is out to the side and in line with your hip. So here's the movement. On the inhale, we're just going to let the arms lengthen out. Yeah, when you exhale, just lower your arms down, pull your belly in. How's your balance here? Do that again. Inhale, arms lengthen out. Exhale down. Next time we're going to do a little lateral bend. So inhale, arms out to the side. So exhale, let your right hand touch your leg and the left arm go up or even over your head. Slow inhale to come back to the center. Arms are out to the side. Good. So pull your belly in. Exhale to the right. Left arm up or over your head, wherever it'll go. Inhale, center. One more time. Exhale, belly in as you go over. What do you feel down the left side? Inhale up, and then we're going to hold the little side bend. So exhale over. On your inhale, take the raised hand up a little bit. Open up. On this exhale, take that raised hand behind your back and let the back of your hand rest on your back. And when you inhale, lift your eyes and open the chest. On the exhale, try turning your head and looking down at that right leg. Inhale, open the chest, look up. Exhale, look down. How does that feel? One more time. Inhale, look up. Pull your belly in as you exhale, looking down. And then inhale your chest back to the center. Good. And then we'll come back down onto the hands. And we're going to try a little movement. So for this movement, we did that a little like that fire hydrant leg lift. What we're going to try to lift here is one leg. If you are standing up, step your feet in closer together, and you can just do this little lateral leg lift. If you're on the hands and knees, you can lift your leg and hold it. Try to pulse it here. So that may be pretty interesting. You can bend your knee and do it if that's just like a little too much. So either bent knee or straight leg. Again, if you're standing on one foot, you're just lifting that foot out to the side and pulsing a little bit. And then you can put that knee down or your foot down And exhale back to child's pose. Inhale up to tabletop. And go back again on your exhale. We're trying to do a little symmetrical movement after that side bend. So inhale up to tabletop. Again, before we do the other side, exhale back. And as you go back, walk your hands out a little further forward. As you inhale, come up to your upward dog position. So the hips come forward, the elbows bend slightly here. So the shoulders drop down. Exhale back. And do that one more time. Inhale. You might notice any differences in the two sides. Having the hands a little wider than the shoulders may be helpful here. Exhale back. And then come back up. And we're going to stand on the right knee. So if you come to all fours, I'm just turning to this way so you can see me. Now you can have your hands on your mat, that's fine. Take your left leg out to the side, toes face forward. Round the back and look at your right knee. Make sure it's stacked up under your hip, and then walk your hands in toward your body, and we'll be standing on the right knee. Again, if it's helpful for you, you can tuck the toes of that back foot under. For some people, that's really helpful for balance. So take an inhale, let your arms go out to the side, see what you feel. And all we're going to do on the exhale is lower the arms down. So you feel the shoulders drop down, you feel the belly draw in, and then inhale up again. Long arms, long spine. Exhale, draw the belly in. Okay, and this time we'll do this lateral bend. So inhale. So we're going to exhale to the left, and the right arm's going to go over our head. How does that feel? Inhale back slowly to the center. Good. Exhale, belly in, over to the side. Inhale, center. One more. Exhale. Inhale, center. Then we're going to stay the next time. So exhale over comfortable amount. Pull your navel in. When you inhale, lift the raised arm up, open up. On your exhale, go ahead and bring that hand down behind your back. Maybe even look down at your left foot. And then on the inhale, just turn your head and look up. Don't fall over. And then exhale, look down, belly in. How does it affect your balance to turn your head? Inhale, so the right shoulder, right rib cage, even the front of the throat open. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, look down. Inhale. Let your chest lift back up. Put your hands down on the floor. Keep that leg out to the side. And then we'll try the leg lift here. So belly's engaged, and then as you're ready, you can try to lift that leg with it straight. And you can hold it and pulse it. Try not to drop your head. You can bend your knee. Do it with the knee bent, straight leg. And then put your knee down. Fold back to child's pose. Inhale up to tabletop. Line up your hands with your shoulders, your knees with your hips, and exhale back. Elbows touch down. Inhale up to tabletop. Again, exhale back, and this time move your hands forward. A little wider can also be helpful. Inhale forward and let your hips shift forward. Exhale back, belly in. Remember when you shift forward like that to let the elbows be slightly bent. So don't lock your elbows, don't scrunch your shoulders up. When you bend the elbows, it'll help to draw the shoulders down a little bit. Maybe the chest opens a little bit more. Exhale back. You could stay back in child's pose. You could do that movement one more time. Inhaling forward. Maybe even staying and swaying a little bit. And then back to child's pose. So you can come back and rest your head on your hands. You could stack up your fists like this. You could put your blankets or your block under your head. If you like, you could push up to downward facing dog pose and do that for a few breaths. Notice your body. Notice your breath. And then if you came to downward dog, come down to your knees. We're going to roll over and lie down on the back for the next part. So you can come to lie on your back. Once you're lying on your back, pull the knees up into the chest. Make some ankle circles and let your back rock. So you can rock on your back so it feels nice for your back. So one way to do it is to just sway side to side. Another way is to make the knees, let the knees circle around. This is also a nice way to massage the back. You can go one way and then the other. You could be moving your ankles at the same time. And then for now, let your feet come to the floor. You may find it more comfortable to have your feet a little wide and the knees touching so the back can rest in a nice neutral position, and then just wrap your hands around your shoulders. So you can literally give yourself a hug and pat yourself on the back and say really nice things to yourself and rock here. Letting the upper back get a little massage too. And then switch the way that you're crossing your arms and rock and sway. See what you feel. And then let your hands come down by your sides, palms down. For now, legs comfortable. So again, the feet could be wide and the knees touching. We're going to move our arms a bit. So hands down by your sides, palms down. So as we move the arms, let's focus a little bit more on the breath. So as you inhale, the arms float over the head. You feel the chest expand and even lift a little bit. And as you exhale, bring your hands back down, pull your belly in as the hands touch the floor, this hugging in of the belly. It's like you're squeezing the air out almost. Inhale your arms up, chest expands. Exhale, hands down, belly in. Once more like that. Exhale down. Nice way to really get to this coordinating your movement with your breath. And then walk your feet in a little bit closer to your body, a little bit closer together. So we want to have the joints lined up, the hips, the knees, the heels. And then the hands can be palms down again by your side. And look straight up. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the hips up off of the floor. See what you feel. On the exhale, lower down, pulling in the belly. So as you inhale, pushing down into the floor with your feet, the hips rise up. Exhaling, belly hugs in as you lower down. One more like that. Inhale, hips lift. Exhale down. We're going to do a couple with the hips and the arms together. So lift the hips up and the arms up over your head. As you exhale down, lower your hands so that they touch the floor at the same time as your hips and pull your belly in. Again, inhale, lifting hips and arms. Whatever amount you lift is fine. If your hands touch the floor back there, it's fine. If they don't, it's fine. Exhale down. All right, next one we're going to hold at the top for one breath. So please lift your hips and your arms on the inhale and hold on the exhale. On your inhale, lift a little more. And then exhale everything down so that they all touch at the same time. Hug your belly in. So this time we'll hold 2 breaths. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Belly draws in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. Belly in. Inhale, lift a little. And exhale down. So for the next one, I'll give you a few options. So the first option is to lift again and hold 3 breaths. The next option is to lift only your hips, not your arms, and hold. Or to just go move up and down like we were doing earlier. So you see what's best for you. Hips and arms, hips only, holding 1, 2, or 3 breaths, moving up and down. Allow yourself to choose the option that's most appropriate for you. Whatever you're doing, slow breath. Remember to hug in the belly on the exhale. If you're still holding, on the next exhale we'll come down. And once you've come down, you can pick your feet up off of the floor and hug your knees into your chest and rock. You may like lifting your chest up towards your knees. For some people that's helpful. And then again, you can sway or circle the knees. Rocking. And then put your feet on the floor so that they're comfortable. You may want to bring the feet wider and let the knees touch, and wrap your hands around your shoulders and give yourself a hug and say, good job. And then switch the way you're crossing your arms, a little hug, a little rocking. And then bring your hands down. So for a few breaths, I'd like you to rest your hands on your belly. And again, closing the eyes if that's comfortable for you. Close or soften your eyes. Begin to let go of any effort to try to breathe any particular way. Just noticing how you feel in your body, noticing where you're touching the floor and enjoying the support of the floor. And then as we transition into the last part of the practice, the relaxation part, you can see what's helpful for you. So you may like having your knees bent like this. You may lie flat on the floor, and that could feel good. For many people, it does not. For many people, the low back or the hips just don't really feel that great with the legs flat. So you could put a cushion or a pillow under your knees so the knees are bent a little bit. You could keep your hands on the body, or you could stretch the arms out. Nice palms up is a nice open position. So taking a moment to see what is best for you. You could add some clothing. Sometimes I take a blanket and put it right over my hips so it has a little bit of weight and a little bit of feeling of grounding. Just feels nice there. So get what you need so that you can feel comfortable. And try keeping the eyes closed. And I'm going to encourage you to try to stay in this resting pose, this relaxation pose, Shavasana, for 5 minutes or 10 minutes if you have 10 minutes. At least 12 breaths. So get really situated so that you're comfortable. And I'll say a little closing prayer, a little message. May you be safe. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be at ease. May we all be safe. May we all be happy. May we all be healthy. May we all live with ease. So again, please stay in your relaxation pose for another 5-10 minutes if you can. If it's hard for you to lie still, if that makes you feel a little uncomfortable, try counting 12 breaths. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Namaste.